I want to ask something a bit deeper, like the foundations that got you to where you are. I mean, we all are humans, will have our own life's journey, and maybe one of the questions I asked is like, what were the significant milestones in your life that led you to who you are today and the way that you think?
Midlife crisis.
Tell us more, man.
Well, so I used to build robots for a local factory, and the factory started to move out. So I was in manufacturing. So I have to travel overseas to find food for my family.
Okay.
And so it started from 1 week a month. It gradually progress to 3 weeks a month. So imagine 3 weeks a month, I'm sleeping in Sheraton Hotel, my own bed, and then coming home 1 week a month, sleeping on a bed with my wife. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't connect. I lost connection with my children. I lost connection with my wife and my family. And you start to wonder, why do you live for? All the zeros in the bank are meaningless. And that's why I realized that you must always learn how to buy back your time, how to make your money work hard. And that's where I really go to learn how to invest even deeper. Now, prior to this midlife crisis, you and I had other properties which we are collecting passive income. But along the way, we lost interest because even though they are making me money, they are boring. So boring, I lose interest. And only when I'm hit by midlife crisis and I see those numbers still coming in, I realize, oh my God, partial of my bills are still being paid by all these properties. So how?
So the epiphany is actually that despite whatever you're going through, the property is paying for your bills.
Yeah, you can look. Today I'm sitting here talking to you, correct or not?
Yeah.
Do I worry about my expenses? No, my expenses will be paid. My bank loan will be serviced, which means that my property loan is being paid now. So every moment of me doing nothing equates to my net worth going higher. Now try that being an employee.
What's your philosophy? 做人的道理.
Money is just an object, just a result, a byproduct of doing all the right things. I wasn't like this in the past, and I keep chasing money, and I have no money. I got money big, I lose them, I got them, I lose them, I got them, I lose them, until I learned this idea that money is just a result of doing all the right things. Then I focus on doing all the right things. I don't look at money, and I now become money managed.
What is okay, understand that your foundation you're saying is midlife crisis, then you realize epiphany, actually property still pays money, and now that you are going to a bigger level, what's your mission?
Well, my mission now is to surround myself with grateful friends, do all the things that I want because I have time and money freedom. Nobody can ask me to do things I don't like. I focus a lot of my energy, more this year than last year, on doing charity work, and I want to impact more lives. It is very easy. We have changed our formula. We have gotten even more effective. We don't break the laws. We don't do anything unethical. And as long as you're keen to learn, regardless of your age, no one is too old, there's a possibility.
Okay. Then what are the habits that you do on a daily basis that fuels your success?
So on the daily basis, I read books, I read articles, I watch video tubes, I listen to audiobooks, all on how to becoming a better person or a better investor. And then I'll spend the rest of the day with my wife. We'll go find friends to have lunch with, have dinner with, or we'll just spend time in the park working out. That's my life right now.
Working hard and more like, okay, wait, rephrase the question. Activities versus mindset. What's your take?
Activities does not equal achievement. Working hard got me nowhere. You see many people work hard in their job, but they are getting nowhere. They are doing a job that can be replaced by a 60, 70 years old man. They will get nowhere. Achievements comes from the head. Plant your head with good mindset. Take out the Windows 95, Windows 98, or some people DOS 3.1 and update with the latest Windows, and you will appear. You will break through very fast.
What will be some of these recommended education that you would say everybody should go through?
Well, read some Maybe some books like Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Maybe books like Robert G. Allen on multiple streams of income, which is what you are doing. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Or even No Money Down buying. And then read some books on the local entrepreneur who make it big. And then if you can, read my book lah. I also have a book. A second book coming out. Yeah.
Awesome. And what's the second book title?
Second book title is Sleep and Grow Rich.
Sleep and Grow Rich. Isn't that what everyone of us are? Yeah, that's what I do for e-commerce also.
Yeah, correct.
And maybe you do know e-commerce a little bit.
Yes.
What do you see is the connection that e-commerce has to property investment?
So this brings us to a topic of MSI, multiple streams of income. So you have you're an employee, you got a full-time job. Then you started e-commerce, which will give you some pocket expenses. Now, when you got more free time, you can even go to MLM, that gives you another stream. And then you can do part-time work like tutor, everything, that gives you another stream. But all these streams will give you excess income, which will park in a bank account. And once the account grows big enough to pay a down payment like 50k to 100k, don't wait. Don't save for a bigger property. Enter with a small property first. Multiple small property makes more sense than one large property. So as soon as you hit 50 to 100k, buy something. 50 to 100k, buy something. Don't care where it is, don't care how it look. As long as you can rent out and let your money work hard, that is a property you must buy.
Actually, I think that really hits the nail on the head. It's not about the big deals.
No, it's not.
It's all about 50,000 one small property, 50,000 one small property.
500k properties.
Yeah. And my philosophy, just to share with the audience also, has always been you should always have your first pot of gold so that you have secured at least some income for your own livelihood. And the way that I look at it is e-commerce is a means of being able to calculate your profits before you spend your money to buy stock. That's why to me the most important part about my entire system is to have that profit calculator to ensure that whatever is the per transaction basis you are able to make money. Then that way you are able to scale up with more and more products. And then now you are saying once that accumulation goes to 50,000, put it into one property. And that's what I see as a connection already. I do have another hypothesis though, and you let me know if this sounds logical. E-commerce as a business, if you sell on marketplaces like Lazada, Shopee, Carousel and all that, there's a lot of competition. And usually price war does happen. But the fundamental truth is still the person who has one of the lowest prices and the best feedback score will have the highest volume of sales. So if I'm coming from a company's perspective, okay, I want to create this company, I build some niches and I let those transactions come in volume, say maybe $20,000, $30,000 worth of revenue a month. In about 1 to 2 years, would this company become valuable enough to be able to gain loans for property? What's your opinion on that?
6 months.
6 months? Wow, that's even better already.
Some banks allow 6 months, some banks want 2 years. It depends on banks to bank.
Okay. So if that's the case, if I'm looking from what you just said, that means one of the strategies e-commerce people can use is to have multiple niches on multiple companies over 6 months, put the price low so that volume increases, and that way use that as a means to get loans from different banks.
Correct. So the banks will look at cash flow and profitability and also the bank balance. So if you do it correctly, in about 6 months to a year, you can use that to buy properties without your own TDSR.
So without own TDSR some more. So should it be one company, multiple banks, or one company, one bank?
Case to case. Case to case. This is a very deep question to ask. It also depends on how far you want to go on the journey. For many of us, we loan from multiple banks.
Awesome. And that one, I thank you for that, because that's also changing my thinking. I was really brought up from a very 老实人 kind of way. Don't owe money, don't have debts, and then work hard, and then retire from the savings. That's the kind of thinking I had.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
You just said 2 words that I don't like.
Go ahead.
老实人. Or 3 words, I'm sorry. Actually, it's not 老实人.
Okay.
It's outdated.
That
information, that program serve our parents. It will not serve you. It will not serve our kids. So it's not about 老实. It's about knowing the money system, knowing the money mechanics. Don't speculate, don't gamble. We enter safely, we exit safely. In fact, we never exit. I mean, look, if a property is making you money every month, why do you want to sell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, one of the questions what are the chances of cock up? And if people do cock up, what's the reasons?
People do cock up. Main reason is their emo went high. They say, oh, I must buy a property by which month, and then they'll just grab a deal by which month. We don't do that. I must buy good properties. That's all. I don't put a deadline to it. So as soon as I hit the deadline, the parameters that I set, I know I'm 90% very safe.
Awesome, thank you.
No, my pleasure.
Thank you. So now in the near future, like for this particular cycle that Singapore is going through, where do you see the money should be parked into?
Many business will be struggling for cash flow, and many business may want to sell the premises that they own, commercial premises, and they want to lease back. So I love to work with all these entrepreneurs, because once upon a time I was a struggling entrepreneur. So now most of the properties that we bought last year and this year will be buying from a business owner and then rent back to them, so that they can cash out, they can pay their employees, they can pay their suppliers, they can keep their business, and me at the same time collect rental income.
So what you're saying, this becomes like a lifeline to the business to gain cash flow and yet maintain the continuation of the business.
Correct. So in the business, we have cash flow, we go through humps.
Yeah.
So they are getting over the humps. After this, they'll be okay. Of course, some will not be okay lah.
Okay.
So that's way to guarantee, that's way to safeguard. If halfway they can't pay the bills and they bankrupt, what happened to me? If you use my method, you'll still be safe.
So in summary, the method, or the layman's method as what we say, should be first get the cash flow, 50,000 small properties. Do not be too greedy, okay? Don't get emo over the whole thing. But the focus should be get the cash flow, investment first, then building more on other businesses.
Correct. So you get the cash flow going, cover all your expenses, get more, cover all expenses. In the end, you have no more expenses that you don't cover.
With this method that you are saying, sounds like maybe after a short while, no need to work anymore.
Yeah. Some of our students stop working after 3 months, 6 months. We have many students who didn't work within a year. Yeah.
So out of all your students, 100% of students, how many percent of them actually really go down to get properties?
Maybe less than 10%.
Yeah, and I share that with e-commerce as well.
Yes.
I noticed there's still the 80-20 rule. 80% will do nothing, 20% will do something. Out of 20%, 10% will become really exceptional. Is this really just human beings?
Yeah, this is the mindset we are programmed. That's why there are 80% employees.
Got it.
Yeah, so you spend 3 days with us or 1 year with us, we do our best to give you new program, to encourage you, to show you true results. But somehow, whatever happened in your childhood, to most people still rule their future. So once upon a time, you may be told, I was told I'm not good enough. But I must erase that. The moment I can erase that, I can fly. Not everybody can erase that. Sorry.
That is actually, I would say, probably the most important question here.
Yeah.
So for everyone in the audience and who you know that you have got some negative programming on, so what would you recommend? What courses you recommend?
Go around, learn from coaches who came from a poor background and make it big. But make sure the coaches have the right experience. Today there are many fake coaches out there who don't have any experience and they pretend to be a coach. Ask them for credentials, ask them to show it to you. Make sure you learn from the right coach. When you learn from the lousy coach, you get lousy results. When you learn from good coach, you get good results. And my preference are coaches who have once a while gone bankrupt or who have gone very poor and have found a way to break through. These coaches, they are so inspirational to me.
Awesome. Thank you. And that really comes back to a bit of my story also. I do recognize one thing, I don't know if you agree with this. Poverty and prosperity are really two extremes of the same line. In order for you to really experience prosperity, you must have experienced some form of poverty. Agree on that one?
Yeah, correct. So it's because of that I realized why a person with normal brain can be rich and why a person with normal brain can be poor. Yeah, but you gotta be poor because of your mindset. You can be rich because of your mindset. So just change your mindset and you'll be rich.
Thank you for that point of the day, which is you change your mindset, you'll be rich. And what do you? One last question, like besides self, network is also very important. Some people work with assholes. Some people are afraid to ask. Some people are scared to even take that first step. What would you say to these kind of people?
Well, go find a community, and first you just become a spectator. You watch in the community who break through first. And when a person break through, you clap, you celebrate. When you celebrate for others, your energy also becomes stronger, your belief system becomes stronger. As long as you clap enough, you celebrate for others, your turn will be next.
Awesome.
Yes, so community is very important.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for that. I think I've come to the end of my questions already. Any questions you have for me?
Yes, Andrew, I think what you are doing is very great. You are helping people to grow a pot of gold through very small money efforts. So that's very awesome. In fact, I think I connect with you only 2 years ago, but before that I was watching your videos and listening to your talks and all that. And I really want to connect with more people like you because I think together we can really help a lot more people.
Which is why we are talking today also, because honestly, I'm being a bit vulnerable here. I have been a solopreneur for a long time, and I realized that being a solopreneur, when you face with problems, hey, who's there to help?
Yeah.
My old belief was to say, hey, property investment, real estate and e-commerce, what's the connection? That's why I stay away. But one of my learnings I had last year through some setbacks is no man's an island, and especially people who are like-minded like us are willing to also help each other. And that's why my goal for 2020 is not just to be a solopreneur anymore. Everyone can start off to build their own pot of gold. But it's important to really learn from other industries, or similarities in thinking, or the techniques that we can learn from other industries to apply to our industry. And to that, my mission this year is really to get to know a lot more like-minded people like us, so that we can form a community that serves the people even better.
Correct. Make a bigger impact, leverage on each other, work less, achieve more.
Thank you, and appreciate that. And if you've got any comments, please feel free to leave down comments or any questions for myself or for Marko here. I will be happy to guide you through in your own journey of your own financial freedom journey, or your journey to your own success, or to your own legacy as well. And humbly speaking, if we can be of any service to you, please reach out to us so that we can be able to build this community where we help each other. Okay, have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. Any last words for our audience?
Don't miss this opportunity. The next property cycle will happen 8 to 10 years later. Don't wait.
Don't wait now. So you've got 2020 to really get started into this. So my encouragement here is that whatever you are feeling that you have set back in 2019, let it go already. Okay, let it go and just move forward. Okay, because after the results are really worth it. Thank you very much, Marko.
Thank you.
On a last note, this is something that we want to share with everybody.
The past
does not equal the future.
Your future.
The past doesn't define your future. Awesome. Thank you.